The Gentleman's Sweep Show, where nothing gets swept under the rug. Fun Radio Monday.
Hi, babe. I had to put on my face shades today. Because when I look left, I see you. When I look right, I see you. When I look up, I see you. When I look down, I see you. When I look all around the air, I go to bounce like a circle, you go to bounce there, well, but then you come steady, I still see you. Because when I put on my base shades, you the only one I see that day. Bye, babe. And that's why you, my WCW today, I love you, babe. Hey! That's why you, my niggas. When I look right, hey.
When you look left,
I got my base shades on today. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Gentleman's Sweep Show.
what's happening?
I'm looking cool. I should change my name today. You heard me.
Got his base shades on.
Base shades on. Have you ever tried to wear shades indoors and all? It's Hollywood right here. I'm being super extra today. I'm saying dumb stuff. I'm acting super extra today. Like for real, you got to handle and carry the show today because I'm just doing dumb stuff today.
Hey, well, welcome to the Gentleman's Sweep Show. My man got his base shades on.
Oh, we got some ladies up in here.
We got some fun.
Yes.
We got a good show going on
Damn.
tonight, y'all. Hey, listen, what is the topic? Tell us what the topic of tonight's
Can
show
you
is.
handle it?
Man.
We talking about successful women. Can you handle it? Are men out here just not doing what they supposed to do? Are they not stepping up? Or why are successful women always single? That's what we want to talk about.
So we're going to
Is
find
it us?
out. I think
It's
I don't
them.
know. We're going to find out tonight.
We're going to hear from the ladies' perspective tonight.
What is so hard about finding a good man out here? What's the problem?
Listen, they too picky.
They
Should
picky?
take Jay Russ' advice. You lower your standards. You know what I mean? Set the bar absolutely low. If you set the bar low, nobody can disappoint you.
And I think we got to step our game up.
Hey,
so
the fellas
we're
do?
I think the fellas need to step the game up.
Got to, man.
Hey.
Got to.
I tell y'all what. We're going to be real, but I'm going to be secretly writing notes today. Because the ladies that we have in the studio, especially Miss Lewis, oh my goodness gracious. If you text her more than 2 times, she cuts you off. Because you're not serious. I'm telling you. So
it's 2 texts and a call?
No call. You better call. You got 2 texts for the duration of your relationship. Those 2 texts better be, baby, my phone about to die. I'm going to hit you back later. I'm charging right now. She don't play that.
So I hear she's a good quality
She's
woman.
amazing, but she's doing big things with her life. So, women that are in that position, you got to come with it. You know what I mean? So we're going to say, are the men just intimidated? What's going on?
I don't know. Sometimes I think the brothers are scared. Sometimes I think they can't step up to the plate. I don't know.
Listen, you know my motto.
What's that? Lord is
You already know. I love it because she
most
got her own.
Oh, Lord.
Hey.
You know what?
Hey, listen, I left my wallet at home. You got this?
I'm going to need you to step your game up.
Listen, I do things other ways. You heard me? Hey, you know what this means? It's not the rock sign. You better stop it. You better stop it.
The base shades.
The base shades. Let me take these off. It hurt my eyes, man. God damn. Woo. Hey, I wish I would have kept the tag so I could take them Jones back to CVS. They cost me like $12.99. Listen, what is these? These ain't even no Ray-Bans or nothing. They my base shades, though. Hey, listen. This was a hell of a weekend. We got some amazing things that's going on. I'm bringing y'all an exclusive all NFL. You posted it. You posted it's going to be all NFL today. It's going to be all NFL.
All NFL.
All NFL.
Yeah. Well, I want to say congratulations to all the Eagles fans out there. Because,
screw the Eagles.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, right. I'm right with you. I hate the Eagles, man. I hate the Eagles. I can't
Hell victory. But listen.
Nah, Brady's supposed to take that shit again.
But look,
man.
No,
first Super Bowl ring in the history of the Eagles. Man.
And what did they do to Philadelphia? They burned their own damn city.
I don't know. That's who I was actually going to hate on today.
57 years of frustration. Hey, listen, you still can hate on them. You still can hate on them.
Talk about that.
It's going to happen. So we're going to talk about football. We're going to do that the next segment because I got something that I want y'all to see that is going to be really, really nice. But all I want to know is outside of football, how was y'all weekend?
Man, I had a wonderful weekend.
What did you do?
First of all, my daughters moved out of their apartment today.
Right? Okay, did that?
So my oldest daughter, she got her own spot.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. Yeah. Kinda.
Why you say that?
So my daughter's 8. When they too far away from me, I kind of panic.
I
man.
got you.
I need to have my baby girls close to me.
Okay.
So my youngest, she moved back in. You know, she's trying to get herself together and get herself reestablished.
That's
so
good looking out.
They had daddy working this
So
week.
let me ask you a question. When they move back in the house, do you set like ground rules to live in my house, or they grown so you just let them do them?
You know what? We raised them a certain type of way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So right off the break, they came to me and said, "Daddy, I'm gonna pay X amount of dollars every month. You know, I expect to be doing X, Y, Z.
Okay.
They told me.
What about a
Made
curfew?
me feel
do they
good.
get a curfew, or they do what they want to do?
Yeah, see, that didn't go too well when I tried to establish that with them. But nah, you know, they grown, so I'm gonna let them do it.
My rules about people living in my house is always make it uncomfortable. Like always make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I made a mistake one time, and this is a mistake that I made. Right. I travel around for my job a lot since I'm in the speaking professional. I'm like a corporate trainer. I travel around for my job like 75% of the time. See, lower your standards. Everybody thought I was a nobody. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Lower your standards. You know what I mean? Don't give a lady too much information about what you do. But
right.
listen, I'm a corporate trainer, so what happens is I travel around all the time. So I used to stay in like Marriott's and nice hotels and things, and I realized that they actually sell those mattresses. So, like, if you ever like sleeping on those type of mattress, you can go to a website and you can buy them. So I bought mattresses, Marriott mattresses, in every room of my house. So, like, when I was married, if she kicked me out and said, go sleep in the guest bedroom, I was like, yes. Because that's where the nicest bed was. I was like, I'm going to holler at you. I'm good, right? So I go to the guest bedroom and I chill. But, you know, when you get a guest, them niggas get too comfortable up in that joint. So I had to find ways to make it uncomfortable. So you got to have a game plan that you're going to get the hell out of my house.
So I'm just curious. What's one good way that you make people feel uncomfortable?
Change the air duct system around that house and make sure, like, if it's hot outside, they don't get no air conditioning in that room. Make sure if it's cold, they get no heat. Just make it uncomfortable in that room. You know what I mean? It's got to be uncomfortable.
So they can get out of there.
It's got to be uncomfortable, and the only time they can get like a small portion of the refrigerator. You know what I mean? Like, you can only get a small portion of the refrigerator.
Not even a
I
shelf?
asked the curfew because you got to have a curfew. You got to say, like, you got to be in the house by 12:30.
Right.
What grown person comes in the house at 12:30? But if they buck on you, say, this is my house and my rules. And what they going to do? Leave? See ya.
That may be
And I'm
true.
not helping you move.
You know what? God, just ratchet. You know what, man? I'm going to tell Miss Francine on you, man.
Hey, Mom, shout out. Go to bed because I'm about to say some ratchetness.
I'm going to tell.
Hey,
No, but you know what? My girls are doing their thing, so I'm happy.
I'm so proud of them. So what did you do this weekend, Smoke?
Well, you know.
Hey, I can't even ask.
Hung out with this crazy
Hey,
ass.
I saw Smoke. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Smoke got no game. Smoke
I
got
ain't
no
even
game.
say nothing to her.
Smoke got no game when it comes to
damn,
these
you
ladies.
got do tell.
Listen. So we went up to we was on Silver Hill Road. We went to the Fridays on Silver Hill Road. Like shout out. So we sit down. As soon as we sit down, this shorty start gawking at Smoke. Like she looking at him like he's the savior of her vagina. I mean, she's like, there he goes. And Smoke real smooth. He take his little hey. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm there with my wife, you know what I'm saying? She know how I go. She ain't give me the green light, though, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Before we got married, she would have gave me the green light if she was cute. Say, go get that and bring her home.
Right.
But we ain't not about that life no more. We about this monogamy thing. So I'm on time out right now, you know what I'm saying? So I got to live vicariously through Smoke. So I'm hoping Smoke like, listen, I know the type of woman she is. So I tell Smoke, I said, Smoke, she's ratchet. And because she's ratchet, she wants a dude to grab her by the back of the neck and tell her what he about to do. She said yes. She said yes. She said yes.
Smokey about to have you locked up.
She told Smoke that's what she wanted. You know, Smokey laughed. When there's smoke, there's fire. Man, Smoke is too nice, man.
Hey, man, you gotta
Did
be
you
nice,
approach
man.
this Smoke? What you do?
Nah.
He
She was
just
she
too-
was sitting like right in the
She was
booth
in-
behind us.
She was in his.
Right.
So she was like all in my, you know.
Listen,
I
when
could
you,
see her, you know?
man, you got it. There's no games when you get at these ladies in these streets, man. They like animals, man. They can sense fear. They can sense.
can.
They knew he was scared. They was intimidated. They said,
I ain't want it. See, Mark.
He ain't want
He
her?
said he didn't
You
want
ain't
it.
want her?
No.
He ain't want it.
He ain't want her.
I ain't want it.
He ain't want her.
You know I ain't want it.
I ain't know. She could have been some Wednesday. I ain't got nothing else to do at 2:00 in the morning call.
I ain't had
you heard me? You know what I mean? I ain't know.
I ain't getting enough Patron shots for that. You know, like no.
Smoke.
It was a 3 shot.
Yeah, it's one of those type.
Hey, listen, we
gotta
have a show. We gotta have a show about manly drinks because Smoke ordered a pina colada with a straw in it. Man, this nigga had an umbrella and his pina colada. I'm done, man. I'm done.
I ordered a Coke.
No,
I have a Coke and a smile. I'm good.
Hey, listen, we gotta go on with this damn show. But listen,
I had a Long Island.
We gonna go to this video that I got excited for y'all because the NFL season just ended. But I want to know, did y'all see this play? Hit it, Jacob.
Across from the 37-yard line, Brady stepping up, deep backfield, wide open. Brandon.
That nigga is dead. D-U-D.
And he gets sacked down at the 40-yard line, taking some shot there by Jenkins, who was spinning around, and he is down.
God damn!
You dead.
Like a baby back bitch. Baby back bitch. Baby back bitch. Look.
Hey, man, he put him slam out to sleep. The man was sucking his thumb, yo.
Hey, listen, that hurt.
That hurt
That
me.
hurt. That hurt. So you know, it's that time. Are you ready to hate on somebody?
I'm ready to hate on somebody.
Oh, it's that time.
But you know what? We led into it just a little bit. How you gonna win the Super Bowl and tear up your own damn neighborhood? See, they always talked about Philly fans. Mm-hmm. They got a jail in their own daggone stadium for Philly fans.
Yo,
dog.
They went out on Santa Claus.
Man, how they gonna go down there? They tearing up trash cans, standing up, breaking down hotel signs because they're excited. Well, I guess they excited because they won a Super Bowl.
They finally won a Super Bowl.
Oh man, but you can't tear up your own damn neighborhood though.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. I see you. I'm gonna keep this simple. I see you, Tom Brady.
See you later.
Tom Brady is the saddest loser in the planet. Tom Brady, when he lose the game, he don't shake no hands. He don't give nobody no head nod. He just straight up go in his world and do his own thing. So you know what? Shout out to the Philadelphia. You know, what's that? The Eagles? I'm a Redskin fan. Eagles for finally winning.
Redskins.
Tom Brady.
Them birds.
Get yourself together.
Them birds.
Get yourself together, Tom Brady. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do. You posted it, so I'm gonna tell y'all how this works. I scoured everywhere. I looked through the internet. Looked through Facebook, Instagram, everything. I was gonna go ratchet this week. But I feel we got some high standard women in the building, so I got to at least show that my mom raised me a little. No, it's no ratchetness. This is all about football season. Because it's the end of the football season. Shout out to all those people out there that took a knee for Kaepernick for the whole year, but then they watched the Super Bowl yesterday. Y'all niggas is some cowards and some losers. If you go, them niggas went 90% of the way and just gave up. Oh shit, y'all quit, I quit. You know what I
mean? They did the pseudo.
I wonder if Kaepernick watched the Super Bowl too. Kaepernick watched that too. You know, he had a party at his house. So let's go ahead and watch. You know what? I see you. You posted it, right? This is any plans for the weekend. This is what plans was for the weekend. A little alcohol, low standards, poor decisions, and a little regret on Sunday. You know what I mean? I didn't even get to make it to church this Sunday. I was so litty. You heard me? Yes. Next one. What Drake said, and this is exactly what I look like. When they was passing that trophy around, right, and everybody was kissing that trophy, I was like, yeah.
I know.
These niggas is nasty.
That's nasty, yo.
Son, they was like, here you go. That was nasty.
Lip prints all on the trophy.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Y'all was mad disrespectful for having Darryl Green present that trophy. How y'all take a Redskins legend and have him present that trophy to y'all Eagles fans? Y'all was wrong for that. Let's go to the next one. Remember, you posted it. Listen, everybody been talking about Justin. Now, me personally, I thought he did his thing with the Prince, tradition, the tribute with the purples outside and all this. But people got upset. Prince would not like that. Prince said he didn't want anybody to use his likeness. Yo, that's what I'm talking about, Dave Chappelle. Shout out. He did not use the hologram for all those people like Prince is religious. He used pretty much a screen and he used like a projector. Calm down, people, all right? Yeah. Come on, calm down. Next one. Hey, The president, 45, said congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. They said, go fuck yourself. Now, that's probably fake news, but that's funny as hell, you know? Nobody rocks with you, Prez. It's cool, though. You help black people get jobs. I love it. Next one. Last one, they said, listen, Meek Mills had to go to prison. He had to go to jail for the Eagles to win. So the Falcons want to win next year, and they saying, who do we sacrifice? Do they send T.I. to jail, or do they send Jeezy to jail? Who's going to jail? Washington? We don't even have no Wale. Who we gonna send? Right. Go Link? Who we gonna send? I don't know. So we might be in trouble. We might be in trouble. But I tell you what, Atlanta got a better chance. Jeezy, T.I., y'all gonna have to do it for your city. Put on for your city. So that's it. What you posted. Listen.
I got something for that Meek thing.
What you got? Smoke me in the clubs with 18-year-old girls. You know what I mean? Talking about this is Liddy. Smoke, you grown. You ain't supposed to talk like that, man. What are you talking about?
You ain't even hear me say that.
I thought you was going to play something for my man that died with the Temptations.
I'm
you know?
playing for Meek.
Papa was a rolling stone. Man. You playing Meek Mills. Come on, man.
You got to do it for Meek.
So when we come back, what are we talking about?
Hey, man, we talking about successful black women.
That's cool.
And how they having issues with dating men. Finding good black men.
We're going to talk about it. We got some successful ones in the house that's going to give you the strength. That's not going they listen, I think men nowadays are sensitive.
You think we're sensitive?
So I'm talking to you two sensitive niggas right here.
I think he's sensitive.
You think I'm sensitive?
I'm gonna tell y'all too. Whatever said today on this show by these ladies, take it with your chest out. You know what I mean? They don't personally know y'all. Well, two of them know you. So, but they don't really know you personally. So when they talking, if they looking you dead in the eye, it's about men in general. It's not about.
So don't
you.
take it personally.
Yeah, but if you want to like stumble them, lick your lips and look at them aggressively, and maybe they might stumble. But listen, before we get serious, I want to do something silly. Have y'all ever wanted to like do something crazy to people and see their reaction? Before we get into it, watch this out. Gentleman Sweep Show. Listen,
welcome back to the Gentleman Suite.
Fun Radio is back.
Yes, indeed.
Listen, I'm a little intimidated. Let me put my bay shades on because I'm a little intimidated real quick. Because we got Miss K.S. Lewis up in the building and she don't play that. So I'm putting my bay shades on, but I'm taking notes mentally.
Okay.
Mentally.
You're about to learn some stuff, huh?
Listen.
You're about to tell the brothers what we need to do to step our game up.
I might do a little something.
But listen, before we do that, we need to look into the camera and let these people know a little bit about yourself so we can say why she is qualified to give y'all some advice.
All right. Well, I'm K.S. Lewis. I'm an author. I'm a relationship consultant, and I'm a talk show host.
Hey, you do it all. You do it all. Hey, love dishes.
Yeah.
She cooking.
Yeah.
She can cook.
That's true. Love Dish.
Love Dish.
And you were on Love Dish,
Season
so you
2.
know what we do.
And listen, I was on the show. They had me to go get it, nigga. You know what I mean? All I was doing was going to get and throw stuff in the trash. They ain't let me touch nothing or cook nothing. All I could do was throw things away and tell jokes.
He did well.
But I had a good time. And that food was amazing.
It was.
So, okay, let me ask you this question. This is real talk because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey. I love you, baby. You know, when you tell somebody you're beautiful, you gotta tell your wife that I love you, baby. You're
That's
beautiful.
true. That's true.
You're smart. Got a great job.
Thank you.
Writing books.
Yes.
Got your own talk. You got everything, but do you got a man?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
You wouldn't be here if you had one. Let's go.
You know, I have a man when I choose to.
Boom. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Can you explain that?
Do tell.
Sure. I'm not married, so I'm single.
Okay.
And so when I desire the company of a gentleman, then I have company of a gentleman. But as far as an exclusive relationship, no, I am not in an exclusive relationship.
And why is that?
Because right now, that's not my focus.
Okay. Listen, and I'm going to be honest with you, Kay. I jumped on social media today and I asked this question. I wanted to know why there are a lot of successful women that are single. And a lot of them said exactly what you said. We got a lot going on.
Yes.
And, you know, right now, it's about me. You know, it's about my goals. It's about what I have that I'm trying to pursue. And to me personally, I think it's crap. I'm just being real. I think it's an excuse, but I'm just saying that might not be for you because I know you're a great person.
Yes,
so I'm saying when you pick and choose, how can you pick and choose when you want to be with somebody and when you don't?
I think it just depends, like you said, on the level of busyness that I have. If I have a lot going on, then I know I can't put a lot of effort into a relationship. And if you don't have the effort to put into a relationship, then you need to stay yourself single.
Okay. So do you think dating is a distraction to what you got going on in life?
It can be.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So now that's by choice. That's your choice.
Of course.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how do you feel when you do decide that you want a relationship? What issues do you find that you're confronted with finding a good man?
Well, a lot of times these days he's not on. I'm gonna say it like this.
Say it. Speak your mind.
Say it.
Hey, listen.
So he already gave me a
little. Before you get started,
I'm nowhere close to sister. Go
right. He already gave
this
me
is
the
your
look.
opportunity.
He already gave me.
Don't cry, dry your eye. Listen,
Don't cry.
this is your opportunity. So speak up
So
as a woman.
Right.
He. A lot of times men are not on our level as women.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is they're either he already said what? They're not serious.
Okay.
You know, they're not serious about the same things that we're serious about. And what we have to do, we have to make sure that what you're doing and what I'm doing is lining up. Not meaning, you know, we got to be ready to move in the same direction. And if you're not ready to do that, then you're not on my level.
Okay, can I ask you a real question? And this is a question a lot of people have. But nobody wants to answer honestly, so I know you'll give it to us. Are nice guys boring?
They can be.
Because this is the problem. This is the problem that I have. All right, I'm not a nice guy. I'm an asshole for real. I'm not a nice guy. Marcus is a great guy. He's like a man's man. He's a really nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
But in the
But I'm not
scheme of
born,
things,
goddammit.
Let him know.
He's a nice guy.
Damn.
So what's going to happen in most situations, you know, Marcus will get the girl, but then they're going to get tired of a Marcus of a second. Because Marcus ain't really, he ain't going to be doing nothing dangerous. He's conservative.
But
he's concerned. Marcus, what's the most dangerous thing you did?
So look, I
Look
ride
at
a
that
motorcycle. How about that?
Oh, forget a motorcycle. I'm talking about with your girl.
Okay, so then, but what about the reckless dude who is supposed to be exciting, who don't give a damn about nobody but himself?
Right.
Women
That
know
gets-
who
that
goes
gets
out there and be
tiring.
ratchet. Now he's cool for the moment,
Yes.
but is there longevity in that?
Hell no.
No, there's not. And that gets old. It can be really exciting in the beginning
Yes.
because it's spontaneous. You know, you don't really know whether he's coming or going. You don't know what's going to happen.
It's
chemistry.
temporary.
But it's temporary.
Yeah.
And for the long term, I need to know you're going to be home at night. I need to know you're going to have a check. When you say you're going to have a check, I need to know that your yes is your yes and your no is your no.
So, Kay, you give sound advice.
I hope.
And I think your advice is good. So what we're going to do is we got a little segment that we have here called Marcus Darling, right?
Okay.
So we have people that write into our show that actually ask for information. And Marcus is the only one that's qualified to give any information.
Okay.
I tell people from the jump, I'm not qualified, so don't listen to me. Don't base what you think
believe
on me.
that.
I'm not qualified because I don't care enough. Marcus cares he's qualified. So I'm going to read what someone sent in to Marcus, and I need you to give your advice on this. And even though I'm not supposed to say anything, I'm still going to say
You're
something.
gonna say some stuff.
So y'all
Okay.
ready for this? This is what
Let's
we
do
have for Marcus Darling.
Let's do it.
Clap, clap. You heard me? All right. So we have somebody that wrote in, and these are her exact words. She said, "Dear Marcus Darling, I rarely go out of the house, and when I say rarely, that means never. I am a mid 30s year old woman who has done it all and seen it all. Well, my girlfriends dragged me out of the house the other day to this day party to just have a little girl's time. Well, as soon as he came into the building, he grabbed my attention. I had this little thing to do ladylike stuff to grab his attention to make sure at the end of the night he recognized me. Well, he got the hint and came over to talk to me. I was so excited about meeting him until I got that very first text message. Would you believe this fool actually sent me a picture of his peen? I mean, damn. What is wrong with men? The first thing he sent me was very disturbing. He immediately sent a text apologizing and said it was an accident. And I was prone to forgive him. But when I didn't hit him back immediately, he called me 10 straight times in a row. After that, I was done. Marcus, was I wrong for not giving him a real chance to explain himself? My friends think so. What should I have done in that situation?
Hey, listen, you said it yourself, right?
Hey.
Off the break, you know what I mean? That's something that you got to cut right off. I mean,
Yes.
you didn't welcome that. You didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of dude would do some garbage like that?
Right.
The ratchet,
That
off
Jay-
the chain,
The reckless.
the reckless
Yes.
dude that would do some ratchetness
Right,
like
right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you know what? You were right for blocking him. I think actually you should have blocked him right after the picture.
Me too.
Was sent. You know what I'm
I
saying?
totally agree with you, Marcus. I think, first of all, the fact that he sent that to her right away should have let her know what he thought of her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know what the things were that she did to get his attention, but whatever that
Yes.
attention was, he let her know real quick what he wanted. And in that moment, if she doesn't stand her ground and make a stand that says you're either with it or you're not, then he's going to keep doing those same things.
Oh yeah, and you know right off the break, man, if she would have agreed and gave that thing some attention,
Right.
Oh, he'd have played right into it.
Definitely.
So-
You cut that off at the head. You don't even get
Not
the
literally,
explanation.
though. Don't want- yeah.
Not literally.
Not literally. You don't want-
Y'all finished?
I'm just saying.
Oh, y'all finished?
I'm just saying. Go
So,
ahead
yeah,
on, cut it
tell Miss
off. Don't even
Francine.
take the explanation.
Listen,
She
all right.
did well with not listening.
So let's really paint the picture. Let's paint the picture real quickly because there's a reason why he did what he did. I personally believe it was an accident. I personally believe, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it was an accident. Stay with me. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you why it's an accident. First of all, he meant to send a dick picture. But he didn't mean to send it to her. All right, he didn't mean to send it to her. He meant to send it to somebody else. Let's be real. Because when you first meet somebody, you already have a team. You already have people. If I need to call
That's fair.
somebody, I can call some. You got a team. Everybody got a team, right? So he meant to send it to somebody on his team, like I'm about to come over there and handle business. So what happened was he realized he probably was drunk. Damn. I just sent this to the wrong damn person. So he sent it to the wrong person. He tried to clean it up by apologizing. She didn't turn back the call immediately, so he called like 10 times. That's where he played himself. Because if he didn't call back 10 times, she would like, maybe it was a thing and she would have gave him a chance to explain in the morning. Now, I personally think it was a genius move. Let me tell you why. All right, I'm gonna tell you why. I send dick pictures in the first text too. Matter of fact, I send dick pictures as my screensaver on your phone. When your phone ring, I want a picture of my yang to come up on my phone for one reason. I want to set the foundation of what this friendship is about. I want you to know from the jump, this ain't no real relationship. This is my dick because that's all I'm here for. I'm here to give you some hard dick and bubble gum. That's my purpose. So listen, no, real talk. You got half of these people out here lying to women, painting pictures and fallacies that are untrue. We need some people that are real, saying this is what I want, and you can pick and choose what you want to do. People are grown nowadays, and they can make their own decisions. I promise you, if he didn't call her 10 times in a row, she would have called him back the next day, because my question would have been to her, how was the peace?
But isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said?
If the peace
though?
was nice, you think she would have like hit him back?
It depends on the type of person. But
It depends,
you never know.
It's crazy. Listen, I told you I'm not fit to give advice, but that's the truth. They don't want to hear no true stuff. You want to listen to, hey, I think you did the right job. That's why you're still at home, lonely, writing us. Damn, let's go to a commercial and come back, and we're going to talk to the one and only Miss Lewis in the house. Gentlemen,
More and more women are finding success in the workplace today. By the end of this year, studies show more than half of the American workforce will be female. But for many African American women, with success comes something else.
We are achieving things that we never did before. We have more opportunities than we ever did before. But with those opportunities, unfortunately, require time away from the things that traditionally we used to do, which is marriage, family, having children.
A recent Yale study found successful, educated black women born after 1950 were twice as likely to be single compared to white women of the same age. But single doesn't mean unhappy, as writer Nika Beeman explores in her book, I Didn't Work This Hard Just to Get Married.
I heard a lot of people stressing about getting married. I heard a lot of people feeling pressured by their family to get married. But I hadn't heard a lot of people who said, you know what, I'm happy with my single life. And so I wanted to give voice to those people who are happily single.
The griot sat down with a group of single women to get their take on relationships. No two answers were the same.
Single is not a death sentence like a lot of people think it is. Not to say that, having a partner isn't fun, but being single is great.
I'm single. I don't want to be single anymore. Chivalry makes me shiver. So please, just shiver me.
Because singleness does not mean that you're lonely. Alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. It's just a different experience.
It's not that these women don't have fears of growing old alone. It's not that these women didn't picture their lives turning out differently. It's accepting the lives that they have and carving out a happy life. And they're now looking for a man to complement their life rather than complete their life.
But for many African American women raised by single mothers, being single and successful is a familiar model.
They've grown up seeing their mothers, grandmothers, etc., doing everything by themselves without a man in the household. So the idea that they're not married isn't all that strange. It isn't all that threatening to them.
Because I had a mother who was single, my grandmother was single, and in that environment I never really wanted for much. And I felt nurtured, and I felt that because that was all I knew, that was something that I could do as well. I could actually be a single parent.
Today, women account for more than 70% of all African American graduate school students. The Yale study found that at least a third of black women with graduate degrees will not have children. Still, many women are finding that a husband, children, and the white picket fence aren't the only formula for happiness, and they're willing to wait for their own perfect combination.
Relationships and commitment are extremely important, and marriage, if it comes with that, fine. If it doesn't come with that, that's fine.
At the end of the day, I think every woman wants that protector, wants that life partner, and I think as long as you're happy with where you are right now, that's all that matters.
Jessica Shim, thegrio.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Gentleman Sweep Show. We have a lovely guest that's about to impart some wisdom on the fellas today.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
So listen, we have some questions for you.
I have answers.
All right. So why is it? Why is it that single, successful, beautiful black women like yourself have such a hard time finding a good man?
I think it goes back to what I said a few minutes ago about not finding someone on our level, not finding someone that takes relationships seriously, and then sometimes we're just afraid. I'll be very honest.
So Jay posted this question on Facebook earlier, and I saw a consistent pattern going on amongst the statements.
Okay.
And one of the things that I saw was the trust factor or the lack thereof.
Fear.
I agree.
Fear, right?
There was also the whole thing. Everybody seemed to say the same thing. Men don't have their shit together.
True.
So
Yes.
so I'm wondering, is that the case?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And it's unfortunate because, a lot of times we want companionship. I say all the time, I'm the boss at work. I'm the boss in a lot of different arenas. When I come home, I don't want to be the boss. I want somebody to boss me.
Yes.
You say that.
Yes.
Say that.
I was about to grab your neck. Did I remember light-skinned women don't play that?
Don't do that. Don't
She
do
would have
that.
hit me. Light-skinned women don't play that. Oh my! I'm just gonna
Okay.
sip my drink and mind my business. Yeah.
Hey, look. So really.
Yes.
So do you think that black men can't step up? Do you think we have a chance? What is it?
I don't think that you can't do it. I think that there are just so many factors happening that you won't do it.
Or maybe y'all standards are too high.
That's what I was gonna say. Their standards. Okay, I'll tell you what. Can you break down what your standards are? What's the bottom basic that a man gotta have to come your way?
Well, first he has to be real. He has to be about his business. He can't be coming, shucking and jiving, acting foolish. He has to be authentic. He has to be real. Like I said a minute ago, his yes has to be a yes. His no has to be a no. Give me all the information and let me make an informed decision about whether or not I want to talk to you.
So what if he's a hard-working brother, but he's not making as much money as you or as successful as you are? Let's say you triple his salary. Could you still invite him into your life?
That might be a little difficult just
Triple.
because triple. That's the no. That's
Triple.
that's the operative word. Triple.
A couple thousand you can deal with, but I'm
Right.
talking about severely.
Yeah, severely. I think it would be difficult for me. May not be difficult for every woman, but there's different things that I have to do. There's different circles and things that I have to be in, and I want my man to be next to me. And when you're tripling their salary, sometimes just some of the environmental factors that come into play start messing with them mentally. And it might be nothing that you've said out of your own mouth, but it's them and how they're feeling or what they're doing. And I don't know. I just need a man with a plan. I need a man that sees the big picture. I need a man that's trying to match me.
Yes.
And if I triple his salary, we don't match.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest, because a woman that was really lying be like, you know what? If he was like working his way up the construction gig, you know what I mean? And he was on the cement, I might give him a chance. But he make like $15 an hour.
No, but if he's trying to own his own construction company and he's going to nice school and he's doing a business plan, then yeah, we can talk.
Would you cut that check for him to get his own company?
It depends.
Hey, depends on how he's working that. Let's stop. It depends on how he's that cement. You heard me.
It depends.
Can you handle it?
So listen, I got. So in addition to that, we talked about the trust factor, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
That's
sisters
major.
have been, from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing, trust is a big issue. I guess you all have been dogged so many times and have been let down so many times in relationships that you now have a wall put up, and it's hard for real brothers who are about something, to cross over that wall. So how is it that you get past that? What is that? Because I see that's a common thing nowadays.
Well, I'm gonna say something the ladies might not like. But it's not always a wall that we've built up. I mean, of course, there's issues that happen in relationships that cause us to have, to be guarded. But it only takes one woman to mess up a man.
Listen, why do you think I act the way
It only
I act,
takes
man?
one. It only takes one. And so if whatever love he had years and years and years ago messed with his head and played with his heart, then he's going to treat every other woman after her like trash.
I agree.
Until he decides to stop. And, it's unfortunate for those other women because quite a few of them probably want something real and they're bringing their all to the table, but he's not ready. And until he's ready, it's a wrap.
Listen, women are liars. All of them, like,
Do tell.
all women.
Just tell me the
Listen,
truth,
all women are liars, man. You know
Do
what I
tell.
mean? The difference is everybody lies. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Men are liars,
definitely.
women are liars, but they just do it better. So because they do it better, they get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot more stuff than men do. Because we sloppy with our lies. You know what I mean? We be lying like we over our friend's house and he stayed the night of our house that night. We just
live right across the street
yeah,
from
we're
your
just
house.
horrible with our lies. So this is what I feel. Like, this is how I honestly feel, and I'll be serious for 2 seconds. Then I'm going back to my drink. Honestly, this is what happens.
You didn't give me a drink at
When
all.
everybody meets everybody, like, you got to protect yourself. You know what I mean? You can't give everything to somebody on your first hello. I can't tell you everything. So what happens is I got to choose and pick what I'm going to tell you.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? We all do it. We all do
Absolutely.
it. Men have walls up too. The thing about it is we move in a physical manner. So we move in a physical manner. I don't even need to know your name to smash. You know what I mean? That's me. That's Marcus need to know your name, your social security number, some information about you. I don't need to know that. I just need to know, you know what I mean? Check your lips, make sure you ain't got no bumps on your lip and all that. We good to go. Right? I'm a little savage with
Make
mine.
sure you ain't had no previous operations.
Right.
That's why I
Gotta
need.
check.
That's why the first
Right.
thing I'm
You
doing
do
is
have
going
to check these
downtown. I
days.
need like they check the Adam's apple, all that.
Oh, they
But
got
You have to
surgeries
check.
for that.
You
they
do.
got surgeries for that?
They got surgeries for everything these days.
Nah,
Hey,
see,
I'm
y'all
on
just
one.
play.
Hey, don't play that. I'm
Light
on
skinned
one
women. I was
here.
about to get stolen on. You heard me?
Look, nowadays, I want stretch marks. I want to see stretch marks.
Yeah, you gotta have it natural. But the thing about it is everybody is protecting themselves. So
Yes.
if everybody's protecting themselves, it is hard to find a real in a situation. So it just has to be really, when can you allow yourself to kind of like ease out for a little bit. You tell me a little bit about you. I tell me a little bit about me. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be rejected. Nobody. That man that makes 3 times less than you, he don't want to be rejected.
Right.
He might got $1 million plan in his head, but he needs somebody that believes in him enough to make it happen. So you know what? It is situations where, you know, people may be more than what they are if they have somebody that believes in them. So that's why, me personally, if you're on welfare, if you got hard times, I'ma holler at you. I got you. I got you.
Hey, it's no problem with that. I think you're right on target with saying that we all have vulnerabilities in place, and it takes time. That's what I would say to just kind of agree with you. It takes time. Okay. So we all can talk about our issues. We can all talk about our isms and schisms, but it doesn't happen on day 1. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it doesn't even happen on day 52. It takes time, and it takes the level of comfort that each person needs to feel like they can release those things to the person of interest.
Do you believe people, when women or anybody say that they actually enjoy being single? Do you believe that?
I think there's probably a level of enjoyment with being single, but there's some things that you just need from the other person.
Hey.
So I want to get back to.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, listen.
Like
I want 4 examples.
Like she trying to clean it up like companionship.
Like companionship.
What would you consider? So let's say, if we get into the history of things, and I was talking about this with my friends on the way over here. We were talking about the history of things, and we can go way back to slavery, how black men were disenfranchised, and the whole 9 yards, and how that thing was carried on generation to generation to generation, and a certain mind frame has started as a result. And it seemed like they didn't know. I don't think they were smart enough to know the effect on our people that what they were doing would have. But it seems like from back then up until this very moment, a certain mind frame has been set in place.
I agree.
And it's consistent with the times, but that same mindset is there. So you have black women who look at black men and see less of a man. You know what I'm saying? And our white counterparts do the same thing.
Right.
So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that, knowing the history of things, and how do you help cultivate black men into doing better and to getting bigger and better and just simply doing better? Right. How do you, as a woman, do you take any responsibility for that?
Absolutely. I think, first it starts with loving yourself and knowing who you are as a black woman. And if you know who you are as a black woman, then you know that your life requires the entrance of a king.
Okay.
And so, it depends on who that king is, what time frame he comes into your life. Because I guarantee you, when the right person comes along, there's not a whole lot that has to be done outside of getting to know each other and being comfortable, that lets you know right away, he's somebody I need to pay attention to.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Jay, I think we got some folks in the audience that might want to chime in on this. What you think?
Hey, listen, let's do this. We about to pass the mic in a second. Let's take a quick break on the Gentleman Sweep Show. When we come back, we're going to ask some questions to some other ladies and a man that looks like he's a little pursued and a little disturbed by this conversation. So maybe he wants to stand up for the weak black men that's out there. Nah, we ain't weak. Gentleman Sweep Show. Kick that commercial for us.
I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no! I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no! I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no! I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no! I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no! I'm so over boys. You don't need no man. You are.
There's something about the way you look tonight.
Hell no!
Hey, listen. Everybody always got that one girlfriend to keep you straight. Because I know you be on that last number about to call me, like about to apologize for what I did to you. And your girlfriend like, wake up.
Like, stop it.
Wake
Don't
up.
do it.
Wake up. You know what I'm saying?
So
you about to apologize to me for what I did to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you missing that pipe layer, you heard me. Things happen. Hey, listen. This I truly believe this. You be honest with me.
Okay.
If a man has great sex, I truly believe he can get away with anything.
He can get away with a lot of things.
Thank you. Don't say but. No! Don't say but. Clean it up. Clean it up.
It can get away with a lot of things, but I promise you it gets old.
It does get old.
Because guess what?
It does get
There's
old.
that good old bullet. There's a whole bunch of products out there that can give you the same end result that man with the good product.
Battery operated boyfriend can't.
I'm not saying long term.
You got a
I'm not saying long term. Hey, I ain't mad at a man with a strong back, but it gets old. He cannot be out there living reckless, acting stupid, acting crazy, and come home and lay pipe and think that it's all going to be good. It's going to be good for that moment, but when I wake up, I'm going to be mad.
So I got some questions from our ladies in the audience. We got some lovely ladies in the audience, and I really want to hear from y'all. I want to know, are men just not stepping it up nowadays? It's just the level or the quality of men out here just not really stepping it up nowadays? Let us know, ladies. Let us know.
I'm gonna start with you. No, put it on this way.
He said not me.
Oh, okay.
We got.
Okay, I'll just say this, that I've always said that.
Hey, Smoke, watch out.
In your 20s, you should have been, a lot of men are playing around. It's time to party, have fun. By the time you get to your 30s, you should be looking around and saying, okay, all my friends are getting themselves together, getting married, having kids. By 40, you should be established.
Okay.
I agree.
And that's just how I feel. And I was talking to Marcus on the way over here. A lot of men use the excuse of a divorce. That's why they're down. That's why they're staying with their boy. They back with their mama. And I just think that's bullshit because a lot of women get divorced also, and we keep the kids and the house.
Because we pay for it.
We're never set back. So we keep it moving. So it's
Hey,
just frustrating.
listen. Can I get the camera real quick? Thank you. But I want to say shout out to my mama who let me stay in her house when I got divorced. Mama, I appreciate you, mama.
Yes.
My mama was playing with the heat too. My mama was playing with the heat and the AC because she didn't want me to be there that long.
That's right.
But mama, I thank you when I got divorced after 17 years of marriage. My mama said, "Baby, come home. I got you." So mama, thank you. I don't care about what women like that think about it. I let them know my mama stay with me.
Thanks, Mom. But she gave you a time frame.
My mama gave me a time frame when to get out, and every month she had a meeting. Where we at? Where your savings look? What you doing?
That's funny. That's good stuff.
I
stayed with mom after mom.
I had to go slang this thing to find me somewhere to live. You understand what I'm saying?
But what you're talking about is that you had to set some goals, and you had to have an end point. Each month there was a check-in about, okay, where are we with these goals so that you can move on your own.
My question is, why is it okay for women to be able to get help in certain situations, but when a man needs help, he's weak? You tell me.
Goodness. It goes back to a lot of what you were talking about earlier with the slavery mindset and all that. Like, men want to feel like they're protectors. Men want to feel like they're hunters. They want to feel like they're protecting you. They want to feel like they are the king. And when things are happening and piling up where they don't add up to be the king, then all those other crazy mindsets that we've been taught over the years and been filled with over the years start to kick in. And so I really feel like it's a mental struggle for women to look at men that are, now I'll say it like this. If I'm going out and going to work every day and you're laying on my couch, that's a problem.
I agree.
That's a problem. Like, take the trash out, clean the bathroom, wash the clothes, wash my car. Like, there should be some activity happening that shows that you are invested in what's going on in our home. But if I come home, you could have been working all day, but if I come home and you laying on the couch, I'm going to look at you like, what the hell you been doing?
I'm going to really say some things to help a lot of women out there. Like, I'm going to help y'all women. I'm going to help y'all.
Help.
Everybody knows my job on this show is to get people wedding rings this year. That's my goal, is to get people wedding rings this year.
I got to decide I want one first.
I'm going to let y'all know this. Men don't choose women when they doing well. We never choose women when we doing well. We choose women when we doing bad, and they stay by ourselves. They stay by our sides when we not doing that well. You could all love me when I'm up, but when I'm down, that's when I make my decision. I just got married recently 2 months ago, right? I got married. When I met my wife, I was doing it. I had this job. I was making 6 figures. Everything was great. I lost that job. When I lost that job, everything went down. I went 7 months without working. She never complained about anything. pick things up. You need it, I got you, whatever. Matter of fact, when I got my new job, I had $12.36 in my account. I will never forget that number, $12.36. Played that in the lotto and lost. But $12.36 in my account. You know what? I couldn't even afford to put my clothes into the cleaners to show up to work looking clean the next week when I was going to work for my first day. She cut a check for all that, baby. I got you. Take care of it. So when it came time for me to make a decision in my life, even though I had a lot of beautiful women around me, everything was cool or whatever, I always remember my day one who was there for me when I didn't have anything. So in the situations when a man went down, that might be the main nigga that you need to help out, because that might be the man that's going to respect you and thank you for everything you did to me, because when I'm up, my head is so big, I could care less. Because if you don't want me, she want me. If she don't want me, she want me. I'm good.
But I didn't say not to
You
help.
said if he was
What
three
I
times
said-
less your salary, you
That's
wouldn't
me
holler at him.
personally.
You
That's
wouldn't
me
holler at
personally.
him.
Well, look,
I ain't gonna holler at him. I ain't gonna holler at
about
him.
what Jay said?
Well,
Yo.
oh, it's on? Okay. So I really think it goes back to, you know, as how men were what type of example they see. Like if it all goes back to what they have to look at growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that has a lot to do with, you know, where they go and
So good
what type of
example,
choices
men,
they make.
Good men, other men being good examples for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michelle, your skin is amazing. It's bronze and beautiful. Oh my
It's
God.
cute.
And the
Thank
lips
you.
are
She is
pumping. It's
gorgeous.
amazing. Goodness gracious. If my wife ever act up, I'm just playing. I love you, baby. I'm just playing. Who gonna deal with me? You know what I mean? Nah, but she right. You know what I mean? Examples do matter about how you was raised and everything. That's why I think that you always got to give somebody the benefit of doubt. You got to learn, you know, what they've been through in their lives to understand why they act what they act. You know, maybe they didn't have a good example of men showing.
Right.
Well, you know what I learned? It was until I was 25 years old that I actually met a black couple that had been married for longer than 30 years. I've never met anybody, any woman that I dated, I never met anybody that had their mom and their dad that was still together, still happy in love, still doing things. That was a big shock to me.
I agree.
And that's unfortunate. It's sad, but you know, I think it all goes back to history and how history has played a role in how we are as a people today.
Right.
You
And
know?
how we treat each other.
Absolutely. Because what you think, man? What do you think?
Southeast finest.
Man, I'm over here in awe. It's amazing. All right, like now I come from Southeast DC, single parent household. Never had a good example, but there's always an internal, you know, force inside you that allows you to distinguish between what's right and what's wrong. So whenever making a decision about, you know, what avenue you want to take in life, especially as it pertains to relationships, you know, you want to find out, you know, if you want a relationship or if you don't. And if you do want a relationship, then, you know, there's a lot of work that you have to do on yourself. And there was an interview with Jay-Z talking about, you know, therapy.
Hove.
You know, and like in our community, we have a lot of women and men that have a lot of trauma in their life, that unresolved trauma. And they carry that into a relationship. So you may have a successful black woman who makes 3 times her man's salary. Doesn't mean that she's without trauma. Yeah. So if you got a guy out here, the construction dude, he might not have as much emotional trauma that the successful woman may have. But when you have 2 people trying to communicate, one may communicate with unresolved issues as it relates to, you know, trauma and how it can carry over with psychologically. And then you may have the guy in the construction job who may not have that. So when the woman start roaring at the guy because her mom roared at her, that may turn him off, and he's not going to respond to whatever it is that, you know, his woman is trying to, whatever message she's trying to convey to her. Like, I'm married, so I know my wife, she used to do that, and that's something I had to address.
How did you address beat her? I'm just playing. That's my cousin. He ain't beat nobody.
Did a hoppo on
Hey, you better find your ass. Hey, but real quick, I know we got 2 more minutes before we got to bring it out. Thank you for your opinion and getting deep and everything. Kay, we want to go ahead and let you go ahead and let these people know, how do you feel about the situation? Should women dumb it down or should you just do you?
I I think you should always do you. I think everybody should do them, men and women alike, because again, you know, and it's like the brother said, you know, if you're willing to do the work, I always believe in being honest, being willing to talk and let people know where you are, but if you got to be willing to do the work.
Okay, let them know where they can find you. Let them know your handles and your shows and all that. Let them know.
All right. Well, you can find me at kslewis.com. That's my website. And then also on Instagram, I am at Girl Called Life. And you know, next week, February 13th at 7 p.m., we're having a viewing party for Love Dish Season 2 at Rose's Deja Vu. I know you're going to be in the building.
Come on.
And Love Dish Season 2 also premieres that night on YouTube at 8 o'clock. And you can find that show. I want you to subscribe to the show at youtube.com/lovedishtheshow.
Marcus, take us out. Give us some advice.
Hey, well, listen, we had a great show tonight. I really enjoyed hearing from you ladies, and I think that the fellas should have paid attention to what these sisters were saying. Because at the end of the day, listen, we got the ratchetness over here. That has its perspective as well. But listen, we all got to step our game up. That's just the bottom line. Fellas, we need to step our game up. And we got some, we're going to get the men's perspective as well.
Lower your standards.
We're going to find out exactly what the fellas think. But fellas, we got to step our game up. Step our game up. We got to get right. So we're going to come back next week. We got an awesome show next week.
Awesome. A lot of stuff going on.
That's right. We got some new things, having new segments that are about to take place. We're really excited about it. We're taking this show to a different level, folks. So we're gonna have some guest speakers here. We're trying to get some beautifuln's on the show on a regular basis.
Well, you just gotta bring me back.
You know, so
we're gonna bring you back.
That,
you had some good things to say. Fun Radio is back. We got it's always got to be somebody that's the quiet storm before things get crazy. So women bring us back down to earth, and then I do the craziness. So I'm gonna tell everybody, lower your standards, keep it trill. You know what I mean? You'll do well. You know.
And I'm gonna tell the fellas to step the game up and raise your standards so that we can get right.
Thank you very much. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. We have fun. We want to thank Miss Lewis for being here. Love Dish. Come check us out February when?
February 13th.
I'll be in the building. Gentleman Sweep Show
Thank
on
you.
radio.